Hey everybody, I'm back. Yeah, apparently the problem was I had to run the program as an administrator. For some reason it was not doing that. That's why it wasn't letting me save. You can see here we got a fresh save after that. We had to fight that foot monster again, which was kind of tedious, but as you can see I saved a little bit of ammo this time. And I just used mainly the pipe and the handgun. So it took a while, but apparently that was the issue. I don't know why that was, because I was running it as an administrator the past time I was recording, but there you go. So if you ever have that problem on PC when you're playing it, just go back and make sure it's running as an administrator, or else it won't let you save. I don't know if that's particular to the PC port in general, or if it's something to do with the enhanced edition. I'm not sure. Probably the port in general. Again, I have no idea why it wouldn't automatically run as an administrator, because I don't have any other accounts on the PC, but there you go. Yeah, let's use a shotgun for the nurses. I don't want to screw around too much with them. Too dangerous. Ah, damn, she clobbered him. Yeah, the bad part is if you don't stop to take out this one, the other one if you don't stop to take out this one, she'll get up as soon as you take this one down. So you just keep getting hammered by the steel pipe over and over again. I only got grabbed 2 times by the feet fiends this time, so I do have a bit more health. Oh, god damn. There's another close call. Yeah, I only used 1 health drink, I think. So we did a bit better on the boss fight this time. Now we're not screwing around, let's just use a shotgun. Damn, and there goes my health. Again. You know what, I think I'm just gonna use one of the health kits. That way we keep it nice and green. I don't want to have to go, I don't have to be drinking health drinks repeatedly just to stay at medium health, so... Yeah, let's just grab one of the kits and that way we can stay at green. So back to what I was saying about the other world here. Like, to me this one seems more of like a depressing atmosphere as opposed to scary like the first one. It's not really that bloody. You can see it's more decayed than anything, so it's just like an extension of the already decayed hospital. Because the hospital's already in bad shape, it's abandoned, so... This to me just reads like an extension of that, you know. Even when I first played it, I didn't really find it that scary. And it's funny because I was watching an interview with Glenn Show. Look, we're out of there. I was watching an interview with Glenn Schofield a couple weeks ago about Dead Space and the horror games that he'd found pretty scary, and right away he said Silent Hill 2. I thought he was gonna say 3, he said 2. Which always surprises me because I never found 2 to be that scary. Wanna know something really gross? When I was young, I thought that black outline was their underwear. I didn't actually realize it was just the shadow of the skirt. I thought they were literally exposed with their underwear right there. So... yeah, people say they found this game really, really scary. I never understood that. Like, compared to 1, this one isn't as scary to me. And it's not just because I'm used to it, like, it was never that scary for me in the first place. Like, that's why I wanted them to remake 1 instead of 2, because 1 was always the scarier one to me, and I love to see what it would look like in, today's modern graphics. Like, don't get me wrong, 2 is a great game, but I never really saw why it was so terrifying to people. Now 3 is terrifying. I was locked up inside the basement's basement. It was so small and dark, and I was so afraid. I dropped my precious ring, but I will never ever go back there. So apparently Gollum was being held here in this hospital. Good old Smeagol. Oh, look at the texture on those hands. It actually looks pretty nice. Part of the wallpaper is torn. I can see something drawn on the wall beneath. Are those hands searching for something? Or are they just a sign of pain? It's pretty poetic of James's. Harry or Henry would have just said they're creepy looking hands. James actually stops to think about it for a while. Oh shit, she's back. This is one thing I hope they do not repeat in the remake, respawning enemies. Like, I like to clear a room whenever I'm playing a horror game. Like, I'm like one of my favorite streamers in that way. Like, I like to clear a room and make sure it's deserted after I get through with the monsters. I don't like this idea where, you just walk back out and they're right back there all over again. Because respawning enemies in horror games typically does not work. And the worst example of that... See, listen, she's already back and I just killed her 2 seconds ago. She can stay there. Yeah, the worst example of that is Dino Crisis. Which is why I haven't replayed that game in years, and why, when I tried to replay it, I gave up on it after like 25 minutes. That was how long I lasted. Because it is no fun the way those those dinosaurs, I was gonna say monsters, but they're dinosaurs, how they just respawn no matter what you do, so there's no point in fighting them. It's no good, the door's too heavy to open by myself. I bet you Harry could open that door. He's Superman. He's super dad. Well, we're gonna have to get rid of her, even if we don't want to, because she's gonna keep bothering us there. God damn it. Just die already. Yeah, Dino Crisis is the worst. And I can kinda understand why Capcom hasn't gone back and remade it. I used to be one of those who would always ask for a Dino Crisis remake. We want Dino Crisis. If we're making everything else, why not remake Dino Crisis? Then I actually went back and played the game. Oh, this hallway is infested. God damn, look at where all our ammo has gone. From the 100-something bullets we had in the apartment building, we're down to 46. And 26 shells. Oh damn, she took 2. What are you, the Terminator? Oh, look at this texture. This looks nice. There's a painting of a woman on the door. Oddly enough, the hand part of the painting is actually 3D and sticks out. Has anyone ever seen a door like that in real life? Oh, you can kind of see the door of the... you can kind of see the outline of the 3 ladies too. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I actually went back and played Dino Crisis, and after 25 minutes I suddenly realized why they've never gone back to remake this game. Because they basically have to remake it from the ground up, just like Code Veronica. There's a piece of paper on the bed. Just some doodle. Huh, something is written on it. She is an angel, no one knows, only I can see the lady of the door. They cannot walk along her bridge of dread, they fall from the weight of their crimes. Like bloated and ugly corpses, their sin she devours them, sin and sinner alike, she saves me, she is an angel. There's something about mentally disturbed patients like that and mental asylums that really makes for a good horror movie, isn't there? More so than a prison. Because a prison, you already know it's a bunch of criminals, so, you know, some of them might be innocent, but most of them are guilty, so you already know they're pretty dangerous. Like with mental patients, especially the criminally insane, you don't really know what they're capable of. I'm surprised there haven't been that many more horror movies set in asylums or abandoned mental institutions. Especially after Reagan kicked everyone out in the 80s and they were all left abandoned. There are empty medicine bottles here. Is that what Maria was taking? Is Maria sick now too? Maria's not here. Where could she have gone? That's sure what it seems like, James. Do we have to go find her? Can we just leave her here? I'm sure she'll be alright by herself, right? She's got a gun. Oh wait, she had a gun, and then she threw it out. She threw it away in her own little scenario. Okay, so maybe we can't leave her here because she threw away her own gun. And she threw away her butcher knife too. See, look at that, they're already respawned. I just spent 5 minutes killing them and they're already back, so that annoys the hell out of me. Just like this damn cursor resetting to the top of the screen annoys the hell out of me. Like, I'm tempted to just turn it off, the mouse, but I have a feeling even that wouldn't actually fix the problem. Oh, she's right here. God damn. Come on, James. Yeah, let's leave that one alone for now. She's not bothering us. We're gonna have to come back here once we do the puzzle. Oh yeah, let's just leave him there. God damn it! See, look at that. That sucks. Like, we just got done killing her, and already she's back. Like, oh, we can read the text. Basement storeroom. It's so clear in HD. Yeah, that blows because like I said, it's like Dino Crisis where there's no point in even fighting the dinosaurs because they're always gonna respawn. So you're just wasting ammo for the hell of it. The only time you should really use your ammo is on the T-Rex to drive it away from the window, and at the end, because otherwise it'll chew on the back of your train, car, or whatever it is that you're on, and it'll kill you. So in that case it's fine, but other than that, like, there's really no point to actually fighting in Dino Crisis because there's just no way you're ever gonna kill the enemies. Where are we? Okay, so there's nothing on the first floor. There's nothing on the second floor. Okay, so we just have to get Maria to open up the refrigerator. I just want to see if the basement's closed. So when does it open back up? Like, is it when we, Oh, because it's a different stairwell, that's why. I was confusing with the one with the hand. So I really hope they don't do this in the remake with the whole respawning enemies, because that's annoying. You know, just make them extra tough if you want people to be afraid of them. You know, just make them extra hard to kill, but don't don't pull this whole BS with the respawning enemies, because that is just plain annoying. It's a huge part of what makes Dino Crisis, the first one, annoying to play. Because in the second they still respawn, but in the second you have a lot of heavy firepower, so you just get rid of them. Whereas in the first, you barely have any ammo and there's no point to even fighting in the first place, so there's no point in shooting them. They're just gonna respawn forever.
James!
Mary? Oh, Maria. It's you. I thought you were... Sorry. Anyway, I'm glad you're alive.
Anyway? What do you mean, anyway? You don't sound very happy to see me. I was almost killed back there. Why didn't you try to save me? All you care about is that dead wife of yours. I've never been so scared in my whole life. You couldn't care less about me, could you?
No, I just...
Then stay with me. Don't ever leave me alone. You're supposed to take care of me. So, what about Laura? Did you find her?
Yeah, but... she ran away.
We've got to find her.
You really seem to care about her. Do you know her?
I've never met her before. I just feel sorry for her. She's all alone. And for some reason, I feel like it's up to me to protect her.
That is really good voice acting on the part of Maria's actress. Someone joked that she sounds like a Karen complaining to a manager, like a lot of people do nowadays, but her voice actress is actually really good. And they replaced her with I forgot what the singer's name is, the woman who does the theme song for Silent Hill 3 and a lot of other songs. What is it, like Mary Elizabeth something, like Mary Elizabeth Glynn, is that her name? But I met her once at Comic-Con. She's pretty cool, but the thing is, she does have a noticeably deep voice that really does not fit when it comes to Mary and Maria in the game. I've heard a little bit of it. It does not fit at all. And again, she's a great singer. You know, like I love those theme songs. Those are some of my favorite songs in any soundtrack. But as far as voice acting, I think her voice is just a little too husky for Mary. Like maybe not so much for Maria, but definitely for Mary. Oh, let's get the hell out of here. See, they're already back. Like, goddamn. They just refuse to go away. And it doesn't help that this bitch doesn't have a gun either. She threw away her own weapons. Like, why would you do that? You know, just keep them on you just in case. Oh, did you see that? She stepped on it. There was like a little blood spurt there. Okay, so let's get going because we cannot spend too much time with her or it'll affect the ending. Yeah, like I was saying, her voice actress is really good. I know there's an option that I haven't heard it, but I know there's an option for alternate voices here from the HD collection. I might just give that a go and see how good Troy Baker is as James. Fake James Sunderland. Troy Faker. Oh, this is one of my favorite segments right here.
Hi there, everybody! Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to another exciting edition of Trick or Treat. Here you either answer the questions correctly and win a great prize, or fail to answer correctly and receive the punishment. It all depends on you. And our lucky, or should I say unlucky challenger today is James. James Sunderland! Are you ready to play Trick or coaster, Ferris wheel, and teacups. Silent Hill is home to a thrilling amusement park that both children and adults love. The question is, what is the name of this amusement park? 1. Fantasyland. 2. Silent Hill Amusement Park. 3. Lakeside Amusement Park. Okay, quickly on to question number 2. Silent Hill witnessed a gruesome murder a few years back. A brother and sister were playing in the road when they were attacked and chopped into pieces with an axe. Torn flesh, smashed bones, splattered blood, and finally, bitter tears. What a terrible tragedy. What a gruesome end to such innocent lives. Now the question. What was the name of the murderer who committed this vile act? 1. Walter Sullivan. 2. Scott Fairbanks. 3. Eric Gaines. Now for our third and final question. South of the lake is a deserted old neighborhood called South Vale. From there to Pale Vale, the central resort area northwest of the lake, there's only one road you can take. Just one road, no more. The third and final question is, what is the name of that road? 1. Bachman Road. 2. Rindell Street. 3. Nathan Avenue. Well, that's the last of our questions. Have you got it all figured out? When you know the answers, head to the storeroom on the 3rd floor to collect your prizes. But be careful if you're wrong. Well then, everybody, thanks for tuning in. See you again sometime. Bye-bye.
What was that?
Don't be lying, you know full well what that was. That's one of my favorite segments ever. If they do that in the in the third Silent Hill movie, they should at least have Maria answer the questions, solve the puzzle. You know, give her something to do, show that she's not just baggage that James or whoever is the protagonist is lugging around. They did that for Lord of the Rings too. In the first movie, Fellowship, it's not Frodo who solves the riddle at the caves of Moria. I think it's Gandalf, or no, either Gandalf or I think it might be Pippin. I know it's someone who's not Frodo. That's the point, and they changed it to Frodo just to give it something to do, you know, to prove that he could be useful before he gets really useful in the second and third movies. Like, they wanted him to be more than just, you know, kind of a living baggage that the Fellowship was lugging around. So they had him solve the riddle instead of the other characters. It's a nice touch.
You can't open it?
Yeah, Maria, give me a hand here.
Come on. You're supposed to be the big man around here. How's a little girl like me supposed to help?
Don't sass me, woman. Just open the damn refrigerator.
What's this? Not very cute, is it? Here, James. You take it.
Thanks.
Sounds so corny there. Lead. So lead is toxic, isn't it? Obviously not when you hold it, but I think you can. Basically can get it into your system. It's engraved with a disgusting bloated face. Looks more like a skull to me. Okay, so let's go back up. We're not gonna put those yet. Because I assume if the third Silent Hill movie follows this closely, like the director said it will, then at some point you'll have the character, you know, walking around with a companion basically. So like I said, it would be a nice touch if you god damn, if you have the companion assisting basically assisting, you know, with the puzzle solving, or even just, you know, fighting some of the creatures they encounter, instead of just having her be like this useless person that you just drag around from place to place. You know, give the character some incentive to actually protect her. Besides just resembling his late wife. Okay, so it was 313. It'd be funny if in-game neither one of them actually knew the answer to that, so they were just standing around for like 5 or 10 minutes trying to figure it out. Oh hell yeah, we hit the treasure chest. Hit the mother lode right there. We got ampules. What do you think is in that? Think it's just hardcore drugs? You know, is it the ultimate aspirin? The ultimate Tylenol? Acetaminophen? Is that what's in there? Or is that morphine? So it's not really curing you, it's just relieving your pain. So it's basically just doping you into not feeling any pain so you can keep going. It's not actually healing your wounds. This heals your wounds. This is drugs you up and gets you high, I guess. That's how you can go around beating asses, because you don't feel anything. Okay, so we got a lot of shotgun ammo. That'll come in handy. Yeah, we're not gonna tangle too much with these nurses. Let's get the hell out of here. The sooner the better. Because we cannot spend too much time with Maria, like I said, or it will affect the ending. So, even though there should be a couple other things to counter that, but still, let's just not take any chances. So, let's put one there. Come on, James, use the damn ring. Put one there. There we go. Yeah, I was confusing the stairwell earlier with this one. There's a note on the ground. The handwriting is hard to read. Well, that's kind of neat, because I always assumed playing this on the PS2 that the note was written on the paper, but if you see there, it's actually written on the ground. I took the director's key, the one to the museum. I hid it behind the praying woman when I went out for the day trip. I picked it up, I did not steal it. I'm not a criminal, with a K. Sounds like you've been playing some Mortal Kombat to spell criminal that way. So the museum. So is that a museum for moose, or is that a museum for cows? Could be either one, you never know. Hey, did I miss a save point? I want to save just in case we get screwed over here. Where's the save spot? I think it's at the top of the stairway, right? Wait a second, there is no save spot there. What the hell? Get out of the way, Maria. Okay, you know what, then we know what we have to do. We're gonna cheat it a bit. We are gonna cheat it because I am not going back to that other hallway to save. Oh, look at that! It actually lets you record like the exact place where you save, because some autosaves like that, I mean, some save anywhere features in game like they don't capture the exact location. Like, it technically lets you save anywhere, but there's still issues with it. Like Callisto Protocol. Oh boy, that game's a mess. And it sucks because I was looking forward to it. I was all ready to go. I had the money to buy it saved up and everything, and then the game is it's a freaking mess. It's just like one person said, it's a solid 6 out of 10, and I am not paying $60 for that shit. You know, like if it had even been an 8 out of 10, it'd be fine. It's the fact that it's so mediocre. I am not paying that at that price. Like when it goes down to 40, 30, 20, then I'll consider it. But right now for $60 or $70 for an unfinished, mediocre, you know, unpolished game with no replayability, hell no. You should see some of the funny, janky stuff you can do in that game. You can just cheese the hell out of the enemies. Oh, he's still not here. Yeah, like it was funny because you had Glenn Schofield again in that same interview I mentioned earlier, talking about how scary it'd be the first time you see a double-headed monster in Callisto Protocol, and you're so overpowered in that game with the grip that as soon as you see the double-headed monster, you can just pick him up and drop him down a hole when it's over. He just dies. Or you just pick him up with the grip, you smack him against the pipe and it's over. He just dies. It's so freaking stupid. Get the hell out, Pyramid Head. Okay, let's just pump 20 bullets into him, and I think that slows him down enough to you can get away quickly. Alright, let's go, Maria. Let's go. Come on, woman, what are you waiting for? Run, you fool. Aw, oh, god damn. Damn, it's a good thing we saved. Well, that was unexpected. Damn, I think that's the first time we've ever died at this game in like 6 years. Why is he out of breath? Like we just got done there. Oh boy. Okay, so I think the mistake we made is we hit him too early. Like we gotta shoot him basically when he's later on, when you get to one of the turns, because that's how we can slow him down. Because I forgot we are on hard mode, so he does move faster here. So we just gotta shoot him after we take a couple corners. That way it doesn't leave it leaves a little bit of room for Maria to run. So just come on. Alright, here we go. James, get the hell out of here. I really wish you could instruct her to run independently, but I guess that would ruin the point of this upcoming cutscene. Alright, let's haul ass. Maria, get the hell out of here already. Come on. Come on, Maria. Oh, we made it. You need some new boots. Those are slowing you down. Damn. That's it for Maria. Nice nail polish, though. So, question, if he hadn't been able to make it to the elevator, is that it? Like, would he just killed both of them there? Game over? Like, obviously it's a game over for us if we don't make it, but in the story, if he hadn't made it to the elevator, or if he tried to rescue her, like let's say he tried to hold the doors open and shoot through the opening, like would Pyramid Head just have killed both of them right there? You know, just spear him right through the elevator like Jason does in part 2, where he spears the two teenagers on the bed. Because it sure seems like the point there, without getting into spoilers later on, the point there is for her to die and him to for him to be helpless, unable to prevent her from getting killed. So if he had actually stopped outside the elevator and tried to fight Pyramid Head, like, would Pyramid Head just have killed both of them right there and that's it? You know, his journey comes to an end and it's over. Because speaking personally, I probably would have tried to fight him outside the door just by pumping some more bullets into him, or trying to get the spear away from him, since it's a spear, you know, so presumably you could grab it if you're strong enough. And he moves slowly, but yeah, I would have tried to fight him outside the elevator, or tried to hold the doors open and try to shoot at him from beside Maria. So I'm guessing I probably would have gotten killed there along with her. Because there's no way I'd be leaving her there, you know? Hot woman like that in this messed up town, hell no, I'm not leaving her there. Books about medicine, the town and the region are lined up here. I don't have the time to stand around reading all this. Yeah, I'm just wondering, because the point is to make him feel helpless. Like he can't do anything to save her, but had he actually tried, you know, if instead of just rushing into the elevator, he went toe to toe with Pyramid Head, I guess Pyramid Head would have killed him right there, right? And that's it. Game over for James Sunderland. There's an old book here about the history of Silent Hill. Why can't we read it? It always bugs me that we can't read that book. What the hell is this on the ground? I never even noticed that. It looks like some type of lump. Or spider web or something. What the hell is that? And what's this painting? Looks like a conjoined twin or something. The two heads right there. What the hell is this? I never even noticed this on the PlayStation 2 version. He who is not bold enough to be stared at from across the abyss is not bold enough to stare into it himself. The truth can only be learned by marching forward. Follow the map. There's a letter and a wrench. Oh, it's nice to actually see the ads for the different things here. So there's the Lakeview Hotel. Looks nice. Damn, it looks a lot nicer in the photo than it does in the actual game. When we actually get there and we see it, this room actually looks pretty spacious. And then you get there and the rooms are tiny. That's false advertising right there. That's plenty realistic. Oh, I also like what they did right there. You notice in the corner it has an 800 number for the hotel. You notice you can see the 8, you can see the 6, and I think that's a 9 at the end of it. But you notice they blocked out the middle part. They didn't want to do the faux 555 thing because that's so cliche and it takes you out of the game. So you notice what they did there. They did like a 7, then they just blocked it out. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so there's Toluca Boat Launch, Toluca Lake Boat Club. Wonder what kind of people are in that. And they give daily tours of scenic Toluca Lake. Oh, and there's Payobill, which the radio host mentioned. So this is South Vale, which, by the way, I've heard is the name of a TV show or some kind of podcast online. So if that's South Vale, then where's North Vale? Is that a whole different neighborhood we never see? Or is like the central resort area, you know, where Harry goes through, is that North Vale? Yeah, like what happened to North Vale? Because we see South is deserted. There goes Laura again. I wonder what she thought of how he made it out of the room, because she locked him in there. And she knows this place is abandoned, like it's not functioning, so even in the quote-unquote regular world, it's still abandoned. So I wonder if Laura asked herself, how the hell did James get out of that room? Because there was no way out of there, no vents. She had the key. Like, what the hell did she think he did? Like, did he just shoot out the door or something? How come she never asked how he got himself the hell out of there? Alright, well, let's use a real save point here. Alternate lobby. Here's another thing I don't understand. What is this little path right here? Because it looks to me like some type of ramp for a wheelchair. But like, why does this appear at the end of the whole hospital segment? It's just that little section right there. Why is that there? And is that there before? Like, what purpose does this actually mean? Like, what purpose does it serve? I've never gotten an answer to that. What purpose does that little ramp there serve? Why does it appear at the end of the hospital segment? Does anyone out there know? Maria's dead. I couldn't protect her. And Laura has run off somewhere. Once again, I couldn't do anything to help. Mary, what should I do? Are you really waiting for somewhere for me? Or is this your way of taking? I'm going to find Mary. It's the only thing I have left to hope for. Yeah, so he already sounds a little vindictive there. That lets us know right away that there's something more going on in his marriage to Mary than we know right now, because that sounds a little spiteful right there. Just a tad. Okay, so we can... So here's Brookhaven Hospital from the outside. Did they fix the L? Yeah, they did. In the PS2 version it says Brookhaven Hospital. Famous little typo. No trespassing. Damn, so that guy or girl, whoever was on the roof, probably jumped up from way up there to their death. Probably somewhere in that black area we're not seeing. Oh shit, they're back. I wanted to see if we could go back and find some ammo, but oh, wait a second, there's some right there. 'Cause we need the ammo. And we need health, so let's see what resources we can scrounge up here. I know we can't go all the way back, but let's see if there's anything new at Heaven's Night. Get out of here, bobblehead nurse. What does that say? Fire? Oh, it says free. Ah, it's locked. Damn you. God damn. Get out of the way, freaking nurse. You know what, just for that I'm gonna kill her. That's for Jet. Just for that. Screw you. I was gonna leave you alone, but you had to go messing around with me. Screw you. We'll get that ammo from some other place. We're not gonna use a health kit yet, because we can pretty much go this whole section from now until we get to the Historical Society without taking damage. Why did they wander outside the hospital though? Like, you'd think they'd be stuck in the hospital and it would just be the mannequins and the straitjackets outside. Obviously is to have more enemy variety in the game, but it's kind of odd even now to see them wandering outside the hospital. This is not where they belong. What's your favorite person to see playing Silent Hill games? I recently checked out Lunar Lizzie's Silent Hill 1 playthrough. She does some good playthroughs. That was pretty enjoyable. I gotta check out 2 and 3 and Origins, but it was pretty cool. She does a lot of sound effects, which I don't like some of them, but I get their point. It It livens things up in the stream. Damn, die already, Jesus. Yeah, it gives some energy to the stream. So she's okay. I like her. I like seeing Vash play Silent Hill games and Resident Evil games. He's always fun. That's why I follow him on Twitch. So those two. There was another Silent Hill streamer a long time ago. It was a woman. Was also pretty good at them. I find I generally prefer the female streamers for Silent Hill outside of the male streamers, because one, they tend to focus more on the emotions of the story, you know. They tend to appreciate the storytelling just a bit more than the male streamers, and that's a generalization, you know. I know that's just a general assumption, but it just seems to me like they appreciate the story and emotions more. And also, like, I noticed the male streamers tend to overreact a lot. Like, that's one of the things I like about Vash, is that his reactions are all genuine, you know. Like, sometimes he'll try to be funny, but most of the time it's just his own genuine reactions. He's not screaming around or getting hyped up, or, you know, saying a bunch of dumb comments just for the hell of it. You know, he's not pretending to be someone else. That's his natural personality. So I like that. But most of the men, in particular the really famous men, tend to just completely overreact. So you see them screaming like little girls and giving all sorts of high-pitched sounds and noises, and, you know, cursing out a whole bunch of times. It's like, come on, man, like, could you be any more fake? Like, Jesus Christ, like, give us some natural reactions. Don't just try to act like a maniac for the hell of it. Because we know you've played this game 10 times before. We know you're not that terrified of Pyramid Head. Come on. Yeah, forgive me if I'm taking too long here getting into the passageway, but we're just gathering resources. Because there's a whole lot of ammo scattered around here. Ammo and health and shells for the shotgun. I think we got all of them. Let's see. Where are we? Yeah, I think we got all of them. Let's just see if there's any more. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it for the ammo. Alright, we went to Rendell Street. That's where we came from the hospital on Carroll Street. There's nothing up here. Is there? Okay, so we did get everything. Yeah, I don't know, it's just the men I find really annoying. With all their screaming and shouting and cursing and pretending to be scared of stuff they've seen 10,000 times already. Like, come on, man, you're not that terrified of a hunter in Resident Evil or a mannequin in Silent Hill. You've seen all this stuff 10 years ago. Like, don't, it's one thing if you get genuinely caught off guard, because, you know, we forget. We're only humans, so as many times as we've played these games, sometimes we forget about things here and there. Like the nurses in the hospital, one of them caught me off guard. Sometimes we do forget, but there's a difference between that when something genuinely catches you off guard, as opposed to oh, you know, I'm just screaming for the hell of it. Just to scream. Just to sound like every other streamer on freaking YouTube screaming their head off. Like, come on, man. Oh, here's the mandarins. These were actually recycled into Silent Hill 3. They're the closers. All they did was just flip them from underground to on top of the ground, and they just made them taller. You can see it here, they're shorter than James here. They look to be about like 5 feet or so in height, whereas they're like 8 feet or 7 feet in the third game. But it's still the same exact monsters. They even have the same spikes. Which also gives evidence to my theory that the town recycles some of the monsters themselves. That's one reason why I don't mind Pyramid Head appearing in other games as much as some other people. Like, yes, originally he was meant for James. We get that. But I think that once James manifested him, some piece of his memory pretty much stayed in the town and in this whole other dimension where they're at. Like, it just stayed there in the fabric of Silent Hill. That's why other people can see him. Because like it's obvious that there is something there. It's not just an empty hallucination. There is a genuine actual creature there. The difference is that James sees it as Pyramid Head and someone else might see it as, I don't know, some type of huge monster or just an ordinary man or who the hell knows what. But like this right there, you know, there is something standing there. It's just that if you had someone there besides James, he sees the mannequin, but the other person would either not see it or they would see something else. But there is a genuine actual life force there that can attack and kill you. It's not just a hallucination like some people think. That's the biggest mistake some people made about the series. Like they heard Vincent's argument in 3, the little joke that he makes to Heather, and he admits it's a joke. Like that's one of the few times he's not lying. It was a joke because he's a sick bastard. But they hear him say, "Oh, they look like monsters to you," and you get two conclusions. Like you get one of two conclusions from the fans. The first one is, oh, they were human beings and Heather was killing a whole bunch of human beings. Which is impossible because there's no way you can go on a killing spree and kill 1,200 human beings and no one's gonna stop you. Not the police, not the military, anybody. So that's just stupid, okay? It's stupid. Oh, here's Happy Burger at night. This one looks a little run down, I'm not gonna lie. It looks a little shabby compared to the one in 3. So you can tell South Vale really has been abandoned for quite some time. Because all the buildings are run down. Oh, look at that, 99-cent sandwiches. Not burgers, sandwiches. We still had that here even today, but Burger King finally went up, so I think it's like $1.29 now for a cheeseburger, but it was 99 cents for the longest time, even with inflation. Anyway, back to what I was saying. James, reload the freaking gun. Damn, why is she taking 9 bullets to go down? What the hell? Anyway, back to what I was saying before this bitch interrupted me. People hear Vincent's comment and they usually leap to one or two conclusions. One, Heather was killing a whole bunch of humans, which is stupid. It's ridiculous. I've even seen some fanfics like that and they're just plain horrible. So that's stupid. The second conclusion is that, oh, it was just thin air. So they were fighting thin air. There is a message here, but we cannot go in and read it or else we're gonna screw up the ending. So we are safely gonna ignore that. If you want to see what it says, I'll look it up on YouTube. We are not gonna go there because that's gonna ruin our ending. So you can look that up yourselves, but I'm just letting you know there is a message in there that you can read and it'll contribute to the in-water ending, which is the bad ending, even if it's my favorite. So we don't want to do that. But anyway, people hear Vincent's comment and they assume, oh, you're just fighting thin air. It's like, no, it's not thin air. There actually is something there. The difference is in how you see it. Because if it was thin air, they wouldn't be able to kill you and you wouldn't see all the corpses, you know, littering the street over here. You can see that there are actual people besides James in the town. Besides James in the town who have been lured here by the town and they end up dead. They don't complete their journey for whatever reason. Whatever cause they were there for, they don't finish it. They do get killed. So obviously, you're not just fighting thin air. Obviously, there are actual monsters in this alternate plane or dimension or whatever you want to call it. The difference is in how you see it. Because remember, the guy said earlier, the friend said he didn't see it. He did not see what the other guy saw. But what happened to the other guy? He ended up dead. Something killed him. And it wasn't himself. Something literally probably ripped out his throat or something. So he was seeing a monster, but the other person wasn't. And chances are the other the other person saw either a monster or some other person that killed him. And he's probably one of the guys we find also laying around the town. Got a wrench. Here's another piece that shows up as evidence of what I'm talking about. Or perhaps you are a fool. The truth usually betrays people. Or part of that abyss is in the old society. The key to the society is in the park, at the foot of the praying woman inside of the ground, inside of her box. Ah, damn! I skipped that last line. My patient buried it there. I knew but did nothing. It may be uneasy to have such a thing near. I wasn't looking for the truth. I was looking for tranquility. So right away he knew there was something wrong with that key. He knew it. I also saw that thing. I fled, but the museum was sealed as well. Now no one dares to approach that place. If you still do not wish to stop James, I pray to the Lord to have mercy on your eternal soul. Oh, can we read it again? To open it, I need a wrench. Oh, okay. Yeah, so obviously that thing is Pyramid Head. But he didn't see him as Pyramid Head. He saw him as some other type of demon, but he did see him. So you see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not thin air. It's not a hallucination, and it's not a person that's being mistaken for a monster. There's something actually there. The difference is in how you see it. And you'll see it later on with Angela. She's saying something that James is also saying. The difference is she sees him as one thing, and James sees it as another. But the point is, there is an actual entity there that if you don't fight back, it will kill you. So Heather was not going around killing hundreds and hundreds of humans, and nor was she swinging around a pipe or a sword at thin air, like I've seen a couple of fanfics do. Like I saw a fanfic where it was kind of like an epilogue or recap after the game, and it was showing little scenes, and it was showing like Eddie shooting at thin air, and James swinging at thin air, and Angela cowering from thin air. And there is something here in the town. It's just it's some type of spectral entity or something that it changes shape depending on who the person is, but it is there, you know. That's one misconception that I can't stand about the town whenever I see it. This idea that, oh, they're either not seeing anything at all, it's just a hallucination, or they're seeing regular people, you know, mistaken for monsters, and it's neither one of those. You know, the town makes certain things that are inside you solid. It gives them shape. So when you're fighting here, you're actually fighting something. You are actually fighting these creatures. The difference is these creatures don't look the same to everyone. Unless it's something very important. Like Valtiel from Silent Hill 3. You know, he's an actual god, so of course everyone can see him. You know, Douglas even says at one point in that game, that monster, what the hell was that? And you think he means the worm, because, you know, how can anyone miss a giant worm coming out of a lair in the subway? But he could have also meant Valtiel, who would be the servant of God, God's attendant, because we know he's everywhere, and you know he controls the other world shifts, so he can turn it back to the real world, or he can turn it to the misty world depending on when he wants. So chances are Douglas saw it. We're just trying to gather some of the ammo that's laying around here. But the point is, like, in that case, you know, it makes sense why he would appear the same to everyone, because he's a god. So he probably doesn't change shape as much as some of the other monsters. But the point is, there is something there when you're seeing the monster. So, like, if Douglas had wandered into one of Heather's little spaces that she was exploring, and he got cornered by a monster and he didn't fight back with the gun, chances are it would kill him. You know, it's not a hallucination. It actually would rip out his throat or slash him to death or do God knows what. because it is an actual creature. It's just that different people are seeing it different ways. Alright, so we got all the ammo from that. Let's see, where else is there bullets? There's a ton of them around this area. Like, this area is really rich in ammo and health, so like if you're feeling drained of resources after the hospital fights and you want to make sure you have enough ammo for the next section, just explore this area right here. There's a ton of it. Okay, we got that one. Oh, there's a Ernest mansion, I think. Yeah, that is his mansion right there. Ernest Baldwin. We see him in the Maria sub-scenario, which I'll play after this, but it's right there. You can't enter it, but that is the mansion. It is connected to the Blue Creek apartments. Ernest is actually one of the most fascinating characters in Silent Hill, period, in the series, not just the second game, but we'll get into that later. But he is a pretty cool dude, even though he is antisocial. Andy's Pizza. Free delivery 0000000. So I'm guessing that's where Eddie got his pizza from. That explains that. Got it from Andy's. They did delivery all the way to the bowling alley. Makes sense. I heard someone say maybe Eddie cooked it himself, but if he cooked it himself, why the hell would he have the pizza delivery box on the table? Like, come on, man. God damn, she's everywhere. Oh, we're going backwards. Never mind. Let's go back to the motel. We're going backwards. Oh, here's a safe spot. Might as well use it. This does bug me though, because they reused all these sections for Silent Hill 3, and you know, without getting too deep into Heather's story, like, her playable areas really should have been Alchemilla Hospital, the Indian Runner convenience store, and the motel located right next to it. I think it's Norman's Motel. Yeah, we're not messing around with this girl right here. Like, she really should have been exploring Central Silent Hill, and instead she got stuck exploring South Vale again because they didn't want to do new assets for the game, even though it makes no sense. Like, she has no connection to South Vale whatsoever. The only connection is that Leonard is there, and Leonard could have easily been at Alchemilla. They could have just said, oh, he got injured in a fight with someone, or he got attacked with someone. They didn't have to make him a mental patient, but they made him a mental patient so that they could reuse Brookhaven, and that's kind of cheap and lazy if you ask me. It goes to show you that the Team Silent developers were not perfect. Let's look at our dear sweet wife right there, so we can get some points. Examine the letter again. It's still there. We are safely going to ignore the knife. Oh, we gotta dig first. Yeah, so that bugs me. The fact that they reused all these sections for Heather, when they really should have done the sections from Silent Hill 1 again. Alchemilla, the Indian Runner, Norman's Motel, those should have been the places she explored. Not this crap. Because these are fine areas, like, they're fine places for a game in the Silent Hill series. There's nothing inside. Why can't we take the box and use it to store stuff, James? Gotta think outside the box. Oh, and he left a wrench too. He could have used that as a blunt weapon. You know, a melee weapon. Just hit somebody with a wrench. Unless it broke, maybe it's rusty. I know there's more ammo around here, but I don't remember where. But yeah, that bugged me. The fact that they reused those sections for header, and they really should have done the places from Silent Hill 1. I would have loved to see Alchemilla again in a proper 3D graphics, especially because once you see it in Silent Hill Homecoming, it looks nothing like itself. Like, it looks like a completely different hospital. There's literally nothing left of it. Like, it got rebuilt, but the whole point is the town's broke, so who the hell would rebuild the hospital? There's no one left to rebuild it. It makes no freaking sense. Like, without Vincent, not to spoil what happens to him in Silent Hill 3, but without Vincent, like, there's no source of money. There's no revenue or steady income to rebuild anything, so how the hell could the hospital have gotten so, you know, so massive? Like, there's literally no money to fund any type of renovation of it. They're broke. The order's broke, the town's broke, so like, who the hell's going around rebuilding all this stuff? Let's check the opposite end. Maybe we'll find some more ammo there. And not only that, they added a whole prison there to like the whole town, and it's like, I forgot what the name of the prison is. Like, I think it's based off The Shining or something. Is it the Overlook? Yeah, the Overlook prison. They added that, and it's like, who the hell is going to be funding a prison in Silent Hill? Like, the federal government's not going to want to go there. Like, once the FBI does investigations of all the weird shit that goes on here, they are not going to build a prison in this town. Hell no. Unless they're using it for experiments or something, but I highly doubt that. So nobody's going to want to build a prison here in this place after it gets deserted. You know, especially not one that massive. Like, I can imagine a little jail for the police station, but come on, man, nobody's building a brand new prison in this place. Are you kidding me? And we get no mention of it before, so we know it wasn't there before. But then the problem is that Alex is also what they call an unreliable narrator. So you can't even rely on him. You know, you can't even be sure that he actually saw what he saw. You know, maybe it was all just in his head. So that, yeah, that sucked. Because what we know about Alex is that he was not staying in any medical hospital. I'll just tell you that. So he could have just imagined that whole spot, and maybe that whole building doesn't even exist in the form that he imagined it. So yeah, that game is just a freaking mess. But I hate that they made those additions to the lore, because it makes no proper sense. That's why I wish Team Silent would have had the places from the first game in the third game, so that we could see them in their proper glory, you know, without the bullshit, pretty much. But they chose to take the cheaper way out. I am freaking lost. I have no idea where I'm going. Gotta go back to the other side. So yeah, that's a little nitpick that I have with the third game. And again, it shows that they're not perfect. Like, Team Silent was great. The developers there were pretty great, but they had flaws like everyone else. Like every other team that has ever developed a video game, they had their flaws. You know, it wasn't perfect. That's why I think there is some room for improvement with the Silent Hill 2 remake. Like, not much. You know, it's not a game that needs huge improvement, but there are little details here and there that the team can polish up, you know, especially with two of the original team members advising them. You know, like someone said, what difference is it gonna make that they were just the sound guy and the artist? Yeah, but remember that the artist contributes a hell of a lot to this project, and he's a director himself. And Akira was a director himself. Like, he directed Silent Hill 4. Yeah, it may have been because oh, look at that, the dance company. They teach classic ballet, jazz, dance, and aerobics. Think Maria took lessons there? Well, let's dance with us. That almost looks like it says, hell, let's dance with us. Okay, we got everything, so I think we can go we can go to the historical society and be solidly sure that we have everything. There might be one or two ammo dumps laying around here, but I'm not gonna pick them up. We got what we need. So let's just start the long journey to the historical society. Oh yeah, we're still way off. So yeah, what I was saying is there's a tiny bit of room for improvement, like not much, but there are little things here and there that they can do to patch up some slight nitpicks with the game. I wouldn't remake Silent Hill 3 though, just because that game should probably benefit first from a full remaster. I don't care if it's PC, PS5, whatever, like it needs a full remaster first. And secondly, they have to figure out what direction they want to take the series in, because if the second game is successful with the remake, let's assume the other games are successful too, like Silent Hill F, Town 4, etc. If they do good, if they do well with the sales, then they'll probably order more new games. So you don't want to get caught up in the cycle of remakes that Resident Evil is currently on. You know, even though the second remake was good and the first remake was good, the third one kind of sucked, just a bit. You know, too short, and they cut out a whole lot of areas. And now they have remake of 4, which I'm hoping it turns out well, but you never know. It could be mediocre too. So you don't want to get caught up in the cycle of remakes if you're Konami, like Capcom is doing right now. But at the same time, if you are gonna remake one game after Silent Hill 2, it should obviously be the first game. Because if the remake of 2 is successful, then that means the team will gain confidence. And if you have confidence, then that means you can do a proper remake of 1 and be assured that it's in the right hands. You know, they're not going to screw it up because, oh, they did the remake for 2 pretty well. So now we can remake 1, which will be a much bigger project, because obviously you can't really draw that much inspiration from 1 as you do from 2, because if you see here, 2 still looks pretty good even for its age, whereas 1 you have to completely redo all the textures, the monsters, everything. So photos hanging here. Will's coal mine. Okay, so Silent Hill was a coal mining town here, even in the games, but it's not as much about the coal mining as it is like in the movie, where it was like the only thing sustaining them, whereas here it's tourism that mainly sustained the town. So, and here he is. Misty Day remains of the judgment. It's him. I think there's actually a t-shirt with this in the Konami shop. I know there's something with it. I think it's either a t-shirt or some type of plaque, but I know there is some merchandise with that painting on it. There probably used to be a painting here. Only the explanation remains. Waterfront landscape. Alan Smith. Date of birth and death unknown. A scene of this area from long ago. From the style, looks like it was done sometime around 1820. There were a lot fewer people then and only a handful of buildings. I wonder what it looked like. And I wonder who these people are. Like, obviously they're the developers. Come on, camera, cooperate. Yeah, these are the developers. You can tell. Oh yeah, look at that one guy superimposed there on the right. Jesus, everybody else looks normal and he looks like the one ghost guy there. Or is he supposed to be a ghost? So this is Team Silent, but who were these guys in real life, you know, in like the actual game universe? Who were they? Some type of council or something? What is this? We can't read it. There's nothing useful written on them. There's nothing particularly special about this photograph. A photo is hanging here. Brookhaven Hospital, 1880. This hospital was built in response to a great plague that followed a wave of immigration to this area. It was originally little more than a shack, but it gradually grew and grew. Gee, immigrants brought plagues here, and it probably infected the native people. Who would have thought? A photo of the director of the old Brookhaven Hospital. Looks like he was a famous person in town. You think, James? He invented the whole damn hospital. Well, he founded the whole damn hospital. Of course he's gonna be famous. There's a photo of a deep, deep hole. What could this be? I think there's also merchandise for this too, but I'm not sure if it's on the Konami shop or if it's on Fangamer. Because Fangamer is where I got my stuffed Pyramid Head that I keep on a seat nearby. So, he was 30 bucks. Not as good as a statue, obviously, but still pretty cool one. A lot more cuddly, if you're into that sort of thing. And I know a lot of girls are. For some reason, a lot of female Silent Hill fans really go gaga for Pyramid Head. I don't know what it is, because he's not that studly looking in this game. It's not like he's all super muscle like he is in Homecoming. Maybe it is the movie and Homecoming that made him kind of a stud. All I know is I've seen a hell of a lot of female fans who just like the hell out of Pyramid Head. I don't know why. Which is disturbing when you consider what he does in this game. Oh boy. I never really understood what this was until I played it like the second or third time, and I realized, oh, it's a boat horn. You know, the sound right here. I always wonder if it was like some type of creature or something. When I first played it, I didn't realize what it was, and oh, it's supposed to be the horn of a boat. Signaling like it signifies the boat that sank in the lake. September 11, 1820. Prisoner number C221. Oh, you got a first aid kit. Oh, here come the roaches. Those things are annoying as hell in Maria's scenario. They can actually kill you there if you're not careful. Let's shoot this guy. God damn. Yeah, you see, James kind of gets stuck on them. That makes the roaches a little hard to kill. And this is a room that I completely missed on my first playthrough. I had no idea this room even existed until I saw it later on. I was like, what the hell? How did I miss a whole freaking room? Oh, that's cool. You can see the paintings now in HD. So we got Toluca Prison Camp. Built during the Civil War, later became Toluca Prison. Yeah, I can imagine the prisoners that were kept here, and I have no sympathy for them because they were probably Confederates. So they probably got the spear up the ass that they deserved. We got Crimson and White Banquet for the Gods. So this is what inspired Pyramid Head. Because you see here, they're wearing the hood. The red pointy hood, and those are members of the Order. They're wearing the hood. That's also where they got the whole Red Devil moniker from it. It was their inspiration, and these guys are inspired by Valtiel. You know, the attendant of God. So they're mimicking him, and then Pyramid Head mimics them. So it's kind of like a... Would meta be the right term? Like, it's kind of like a meta reference in the game. As a reference to a reference. You know, the priests here are referencing their god. And then Pyramid Head is referencing the priests who are referencing their god. So it's just one big cycle. And then you have this one. Death by skewering. An execution at the prison. Death by skewering or strangling. To choose his death is the prisoner's last taste of freedom. Oh, and this is pretty cool right here. I never noticed this, but I have no idea whether this was like this before or not, but you can see it's actually the patient demons who are right here. Look at them. It's 4 of them. So it's the straitjacket demons that are being skewered. It's funny that brown spot almost looks like they're expelling something that is a lot more foul. Look at that, like they got some gas or something worse coming out of them. But I never noticed that before. I wonder, is that a new texture for the HD remaster, or is that or was that there originally? Like, is that part of the HD mod, or was it always a picture of the patient demons being skewered and it just got touched up here? I never noticed that before. I always assumed it was prisoners from the Civil War camp. I didn't know it was the actual monsters themselves. The hole's dark and I can't see anything. Will you jump down? Yes. A lot of people also don't get what's going on here, and when you play the game the first time, James is not actually traversing some huge underground lair. Like, obviously the hole signifies mental state, but also they're just transporting him from part to part of the prison. Like, he's not actually going hundreds of miles deep underground. You know, he'd end up in the center of the earth otherwise. All the reflections are pretty nice here in the puddle. That's decent too. This game had really good water effects for the time. Like, there are some PS2 games where the water looks like shit, and here it actually looks pretty decent. It's just a wall. It will be impossible to climb this. Not if you're Spider-Man, you're not. Or a frog. A frog could climb this too. I wonder how many people got stuck on this during the first playthrough when they didn't realize that you have to feel up the wall basically and see if one spot stands out differently from the rest. Just this spot here feels different than the rest of the wall. I wonder if I could somehow break it. So imagine if James had ditched his pipe or his board and just had the gun. Like, I'm guessing, well, he could still use the gun, but in real life, but you wouldn't want to shoot a wall like that in real life. You can do it here, but I'm guessing if he had discarded his weapons in real life, he'd be screwed, right? You're just gonna starve here in this well. Maybe he could shoulder butt it or something, hit it with his shoulder and knock it down. Who knows? But you probably wouldn't want to actually shoot at the damn thing with your gun in real life. James, what are you doing? Yeah, let's use a shotgun for a while, because we have a hell of a lot of bullets for it. Oh, there's two of them. God damn it. He just got right back up. God damn, what are they made of? Kill this bastard, James. You know what? Fuck this. Screw it. God damn. Damn, we got cornered. And our health is low. Shit. Well, there went that plan, because it's not working out too well. You know, can we just reset them? Let's just see if we can reset them. Oh hell, they're still here. Just get out of my way, man. I really don't feel like dealing with you right now. There is nothing there. Oh, wait a second. We need the spiral writing key. Oh yeah, this is where you get it. I've noticed some people tend to get stuck on this part too. Like the streamer I regularly watch also got stuck in here. He didn't realize you had to use the battery for the flashlight. People forget that you actually have this little item here in the flashlight. This thing out of batteries, it won't light up when I press the switch. There we go. Oh, we got our first try. That was easy. It's 236. Yeah, those roaches can really drain your health if you're not careful. So you see here, you can see the doors, right? You see it's just inverted, so you're not really going deeper underground. You're just basically teleporting throughout different hallways of the prison. So you're pretty much above ground at all times. It just looks like you're underground. It says, "'Tis doubt which leadeth thee to purgatory." Yeah, so obviously James is in purgatory right now, having all sorts of doubt. So these are actually the prison gates, I imagine, because you can see the lights there from the ceiling. You can see the door, so it's not really a hole. You're just going through the place like it's inverted. It's pitch black beyond the door. I can't tell how far the blackness stretches. Will you go down? Yes. Oh, see, look at it right there. You see, it's just a hallway. It's just inverted. You know, the town is messing with the physics of the game, but I mean of the location. But you're not really going underground. You're just transporting yourself from hallway to hallway in this massive old prison. Oh, see, look at it. There's a photo of there. There's a photo of it right there. James is not in the painting though.
Killing a person ain't no big deal. Just put the gun to their head. Pow.
That CG looks really good for the time.
You killed him?
2002.
But it wasn't my fault. He made me do it.
Calm down, Eddie. Tell me what happened.
That guy, he had it coming. I didn't do anything. He just came after me. Besides, he was making fun of me with his eyes, like that other one.
Just for that, you killed him?
What do you mean, just for that?
Eddie, you can't just kill someone because of the way they looked at you.
Oh yeah? Why not? Till now I always let people walk all over me. Just like that stupid dog. He had it coming too.
Eddie?
I was just joking, James. He was dead when I got here, honest. Anyway, I gotta run.
You're going out there alone?
Yeah.
Eddie?
Eddie's starting to sound like a badass now with that yeah. Like, yeah, I'm going out there alone. I'll kill any friggin' monster that comes at me. See, that's when you probably should stop talking to him that much, James, when he's saying that the dog was making fun of him, you know. When you've got a guy saying that a dog is making fun of you, that's probably a sign that it's time to stop interacting with this guy, you know. Just let him walk away carefully. Just take a step back and just keep your distance from this guy. Some people have asked whether these guys is a corpse. The body is marked with bullet holes. Some people have asked whether these guys that you find around the town are manifestations of Eddie completely, or if they are real people. I think it might be both, because we know there are other people in the town, and unfortunately, if they have the misfortune to run into Eddie, the town's not going to care much whether he kills them or not. So I think some of them might be real, and then others, like later on when we see a whole bunch of bodies, that's where some of them are kind of fake. You know, some of those were created by the town, but I think some of them might be real, simply because we know that there are a lot of real people wandering this town, you know, in search of their own judgment or whatever. And so I don't think they're gonna get lucky if they run into Eddie, because if he catches them unarmed, that's pretty much game over for them. So I think some of them might actually be real people that he killed, and then others, like later on when we'll see A whole bunch of them in one room, that's a manifestation. Like those are created by the town, but some of them are actual real people. Oh, you got past them. What's over here? Absolutely nothing. There's nothing over here except the toilet. So that's basically a dead end. To make sure you get trapped in there with this jackass. Here's a prison map. This is a big prison, look at that. I remember when this game first previewed at E3 many years ago, and people got their first glimpses of the straitjacket monsters, and the response was pretty much like, what the hell is that? People had never seen anything like it. You know, they had never seen anything like what we see in this game as far as the monsters and all that. You know, the sexualized, disturbing Jacob's Ladder type monsters. We had never seen that in a game before. It was strictly just zombies, mutants, beasts, you know. Nowadays we've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of fair monster design that's pretty cool, but back then it was pretty limited, you know. Horror was just zombies, you know, umbrella creations, stuff like that. Vampires, werewolves. We are not seeing. That definitely got me in the first playthrough. Yeah, we are not seeing anything like the sexualized monsters we see here in this game before. And of course now it's become a cliche. To the point where even a game in this series, Silent Hill Homecoming, had a monster that was all breasts, basically, and legs. Remember that one? Scarlet? Hey, there's the butter cake. And you have a generic cookie too. Wonder what type of cookie it is. Chocolate chip? Sugar? Wonder what it is. Got a fashion magazine? One of the prison wardens was really into fashion, I guess. There's a diary here. Prisoners do not feel remorse. In fact, they do not feel themselves to be villains at all. Even the most uneducated brute will use what little words he knows to justify himself. And such trifling dreams they have, flourishing even in the darkness. Prisoners too are no exception. No matter how foul or loathsome one's own life and existence may be, human nature is abiding. What if you're innocent though? A lot of innocent people get actually sent to prison for no reason. Because of crooked lawyers or crooked cops or whatever. So what if you're innocent? There's a magazine here. I've never seen it before. It's probably a locally published magazine. Toluca Lake, the town's main tourist attraction. This clear, beautiful lake has another side as well. It may seem like just a typical ghost story that you might find in any number of old towns across the country, but in this case the legend is true. On a fog-bound November day in 1918, the Little Baroness, a ship filled with tourists, failed to return to port. A newspaper article from back then simply says it most likely sank for some reason. Despite an extensive police search, not a single fragment of the ship, nor any of the 14 bodies of passengers or crew, has ever been recovered to this day. In 1939, an even stranger incident occurred. There are many pages torn out. I hate when they do stuff like that and don't give us what happened. Many corpses rest at the bottom of this lake. Their bony hands reach up towards the boats that pass overhead. Perhaps they reach for their comrades. I hate that this story got turned into the Silent Hill arcade game, because it sounds so creepy here and so unsettling, like something out of the Bermuda Triangle, or even worse. And then it just got turned into an on-rails shooter experience at our arcade machine. Like, what the hell, Konami? You really couldn't think of anything more appropriate for that scenario than a freaking arcade machine. And from what I've heard someone say, it's actually a pretty bad arcade machine too. So it's not even good. Like, if it had been a good arcade game, people might have actually forgiven it because it was something new. It's the fact that it was an arcade game and it sucked. Even though the story was good, the game itself sucked. That was what was pretty that was what ruined the whole thing for people. Like, if you're gonna do that, at least make the damn thing good. Make it an actual good arcade game. Don't make it this bullshit that is gonna be like a 5 out of 10 and then it just ruins the whole damn lore for everyone. I've still never played that, and I probably should get around to playing it someday just to marvel at how bad it is, but I'd have to find a ROM for it online or some other way to play it on PC, because there are no existing arcade cabinets or that anywhere in the United States. I think it's just in Japan, and even then they've probably all been decommissioned, so I doubt there is a single Silent Hill arcade cabinet still existing anywhere that's in operation or use today. Maybe in a museum or somebody's private collection, but I really doubt there's one outside of a museum or Konami's headquarters or something. Damn, those urinals are really dirty. I hadn't noticed it before until I just saw it now in HD. That is really, really dirty. I think we're gonna save here because we've gone almost 2 hours. So I think we're fine for tonight. I really should get back to playing Resident Evil Village 2 because I've been slacking off on that. We're gonna save here and continue on next time. Yeah, it is 3:55 a.m. so we went a fair amount here. It sucks that I kind of had to reset the game and fight that boss all over again just to be able to save. So I don't know why that happened there, because it didn't happen the previous other 2 times I played the game, and it just now started to do that thing where the issue was that I hadn't opened the game as an administrator, so it wasn't letting me save. But we fixed it, so it's all fixed for next time. We're about 2/3 into the game, so I think next time we might actually finish the whole thing, or at least get to the hotel and get near the end. I think we might actually make it near the part where he goes into room 312 at the Lakeview Hotel, so we will do that next time. I probably won't play this for a while because I want to get back to playing Stray. I also really want to play the Miles Morales game for Spider-Man, which I've been meaning to play for like a year and a half, and I never get around to doing it. So I'm finally going to take some time. I'm finally going to take some time to play that, and the Sinking City, which I got for $11.99 on PS4. That's also something I really want to play because of the whole Cthulhu storyline that it has going on. So it might be a while before I get back to this, but I will get back to it because it is actually pretty awesome playing the Silent Hill games on an HD TV in their full glory without having, you know, all the bullshit errors and glitches and patches that you have to put up with the HD collection. That thing blows. But it actually looks pretty damn good here on an HD TV when you connect the laptop to it. And if you're just playing on the laptop, it actually looks excellent. Like, the TV stretches it out a little because this is a 20-year-old game, so you know it doesn't look quite as great on the television as it does on the laptop. But if you're playing it on a PC or a gaming laptop, this thing looks gorgeous. Like, if Konami could do a remaster of the second game and the third game that look like this and sell it to us on PS5 or even PS4, if they could get a remaster that we could actually play on consoles and it looked this good, I would buy it in a second just to support the series. It doesn't matter that I own 2 copies of the game and now I have it on PC. I would still buy it anyway just to support the series if it looks this good. So if you still haven't checked out this game with the HD mod developed for the enhanced edition, I highly suggest you do so. It is well worth your time, and I'm hoping that eventually they do an HD mod for the third game that is just as great as this one. So I hope you're enjoying the playthrough, and that if you haven't played Silent Hill 2 before, that it's at least getting you interested in playing the game yourself, because it really is a pretty great game, one of the best. So I hope you're enjoying it, and I will see you next time on Silent Hill 2 Enhanced Edition. See you later.